3 people for my informative speech. Go. Okay. I decided to do my informative speech on prepping for college. The reason I chose this is because my daughter right now, as I said in my last speech, is a senior in high school, and we've kind of found out the hard way that there's not much preparation for the kids in terms of a timeline and what needs to be done. So I thought this would be a good informational video. Okay, so I'm going to go step by step and tell you pretty much from 9th grade to 12th grade in a short little synopsis for each of them of the basic steps you need to take. I am by no means a professional. This is just all research that I've done and stuff that I've learned along the way myself. So entering into high school, I told my daughter, as I tell everybody, that everything that you've done up until that time, pretty much it does matter, but pretty much it doesn't when it comes to college. So once you get into 9th grade, that's where everything counts, and everything on forward is going to matter in college or when applying. So in 9th grade, that's when you really need to look at getting into extracurricular activities if you're not already in them, and really getting involved with your school. Extracurricular activities would be not only subject-based things such as band and chorus, but student council, the debate club, photojournalism club, stuff like that. That's really going to help you on your college applications, as well as really looking at your classes and seeing what you can do to make your transcript, make your reports look a little bit better. But of course, you know, you don't want to overachieve and end up hurting yourself in the end. So pretty much 9th grade, it's a little bit early, but those are some things that you can do to start prepping. 10th grade, pretty much the same thing. You want to keep up with the extracurriculars, take challenging courses, keep up your coursework, keep up your grades. And this is where you might want to start thinking about taking your PSATs, just so you have a little bit of knowledge about what your SATs are going to be like and seeing how you're going to score. So talk with your counselor, get registered for your PSATs, and start looking into some of the colleges that you might be interested in. Start researching those and talking about them and seeing if they offer what you want to go to school in. And this is really when you should start exploring your careers and kind of finalizing what you want to do. 11th grade. This is where you're going to start getting a little more busy. You should have taken your PSATs by now. Start looking more into colleges. You're going to need to look at the cost, what the majors are. Make sure the schools meet your criteria, and you might want to start planning college tours. So you can go meet at the campuses, go do a, what's the word? A tour, I guess. So by this time in 11th grade, you should already start signing up to take your SAT. You've already taken your PSAT. And I encourage you, even though, like we found out the hard way, the counselors don't really call you in and sit you down and talk with you, at least in her 2 schools that she's gone to. You might want to go and talk with your counselor anyways, just to get a little bit of a different feel from what your parents might be giving you as far as information. Or you can even go sit down with one of the college counselors or advisors and see what they recommend, see what you can do. Make sure you're taking the right steps. Oh, along with extracurricular activities, I forgot to mention, some other things that they'll really look at is your community service. You want to choose community service that you enjoy doing. You know, I encourage you to do it anyways, not just something just to look good on your application. And some of the things that we've done is try to get into community service that's going to be geared towards the field that you want to go into. So, for instance, if you want to go into social work, maybe go into a women's shelter, kind of career counseling for women or anything like that. Just try to keep it geared towards your field. You don't necessarily have to, but I think it's really going to help out. Okay. And the winter of 11th grade, so you've already taken your SATs. Now you're going to have to start finding out about financial aid and scholarships. What financial aid are you going to be able to get through either through grants or loans, and what kind of scholarships are available to you. There's just tons and tons of scholarships out there. Find out what the criteria is, see if you meet any of it, and try for those scholarships. Okay, so 12th grade, and this is the year that we're in right now, this is where things start to get a little busy, a little hectic. It could be a lot of pressure on your student. So you want to try to make the transition as easy as possible. This is when you want to start filling out your college applications. You should have already made your choice and narrowed it down to at least 5 colleges that you're interested in going to. And continue doing the campus visits and interviews. The important one is retake your SAT if necessary. If you don't feel good about the score that you got, go ahead and retake that test in the beginning of the year and see if you can get your scores rushed to you. Letters of recommendation. These will help a lot. These are from teachers that have worked with you, counselors. It can be someone that you volunteered with. You really want to get those in. Show what a hard worker you are, what a good student you are, that you're focused, that you're dedicated. Get those letters of recommendation. And lastly, well, not lastly, meet with your counselor. Again, kind of tell them what you've done, ask for any guidance. That's what they're there for. They're not necessarily going to pull you aside and meet with you, but if you go to them, I am more than positive they will be more than happy to help you. So this is winter of 12th grade year. Start submitting your financial aid forms and your mid-year grades. And the colleges will keep track of your grades for the rest of the year. Now by spring of your 12th grade year, your letters or your acceptances or non-acceptances should start rolling in. And this is where colleges might be offering you financial aid packages, and you can start to compare and see what costs better, what works better for you as far as going to that college. And you need to then make your college choice and complete your applications. Now, I recommend this one website that we found. It's called Big Future on collegeboard.com. You basically put in everything that you've done, everything that you haven't done, and it gives you a timeline of what you need to do, and it helps keep you on track because all this information I gave you is quite overwhelming. So it's nice to have a timeline so that you can look back on that and put a little check in the box that you're doing okay. This information I gave you is all for students. The parent information is a little bit different. One thing I'll note about the parent information is the financial aid forms would need to be done, I guess I can't think of the word, like hand in hand with your taxes. So you need to file your taxes on time or early so that you can include that in your financial aid packet. And like I said, it's very overwhelming, so it's best if you follow your necessary steps. Don't wait to the last minute. That's a big mistake that we're learning. We waited to the last minute. We didn't have the proper guidance. So it's kind of a race now to get to the finish. So be prepared, be organized, be on time with everything, check your deadlines, check your applications because some things will have deadlines before other things. And that's it. Okay, I hope this was informational for you. I hope this can help somebody who is not getting the right guidance or who has no idea what to do. So I hope this can help somebody in some way. Thanks. Have a good day.